There was a racially motivated shooting that happened in Florida. It's an awful, awful story, a horrible tragedy. A white man, a 21-year-old white man named Ryan Palmeter, killed 3 black people. He shot them because he hated black people. He was a racist. He left a manifesto with his parents. He sent another manifesto to the media. In fact, as he began his shooting at a Dollar General in Florida, he texted his dad right before he began the shooting, telling his dad to go to his computer. When his dad looked on his son's computer and found this manifesto stating what the shooter was about to do, his dad called the cops. He called 911, but by the time the cops responded, it was too late. This young man, this deranged young man, had already murdered 3 innocent people in cold blood. It's so horrific. It's so nauseating. And yes, it makes it worse when there's a racial element. When he killed these people because of the color of their skin, it's extra grotesque, especially given, well, the history of racial tension across the world and the history of mankind, but especially given the history of racism in our country. Nobody's denying that. Nobody's denying that. But there's a valid question that we should be asking, and I know a lot of you have been asking this on X, formerly known as Twitter. How did we get the contents of the manifesto of the Florida shooter to inform us that he was a white supremacist, racist against black people so quickly when the Nashville shooter, the one who shot up Covenant Christian School, the trans person, also left a manifesto, and yet to this day, we are not allowed to see the contents of that manifesto? Why is that? Why the disparity? Why one and not the other? And the answer to that, of course, is obvious. It's the manifesto of the Nashville shooter is rife with queer theory, which is a violent, revolutionary Marxist ideology that is anti-Christian, anti-straight people, which is why this so-called transgender shooter shot up a Christian school, whereas this racially motivated manifesto, this racist manifesto in Florida, plays into the narrative the Democrats want everyone to believe. The Democrats want everyone to believe that we live in a violently racist country. When, of course, that's not true. Horrific things, evil things do happen. Racism is evil. You will never eradicate every bit of individual racism because you can't eradicate every bit of individual evil. That's not possible. But institutional racism does not exist in our country. And every single person across both political parties condemns this shooting, and yet the Democrats want to associate this shooter with Republicans.